just about ready to get underway here. The New Mac Tournament quarterfinals. A matchup between the visiting Babson Beavers and your Coast Guard Academy Bears. On the left of the screen in those dark green with white lettering jerseys is Babson, the 7 seed in this year's tournament. And on the right-hand side of your screen, dressed in the orange jerseys with blue and white accents, your number 2 seed, Bears. Should be mentioned, the highest seed that this team has achieved in the New Mac tournament. Highest seeding in program history for the postseason. Despite finishing the season under 500 overall. Incredible. Just been an incredible season for this Bears team. And we are, in fact, underway here. Get you to the starting lineups for both teams in just a minute. But it's Lizzie Miller possessing for the Bears and looking forward. Gonna get out the early game nerves here. A tense affair from the whistle. From the opening whistle. As soon as that whistle went, the crowd erupted. And here is Claire Hurley, the hero against Wheaton for her first half hat trick. I'm told, too. I'm told that I mentioned that Claire's third goal could have gone either way. Might have been a cross that just found its way into the back of the net. Or knowing Claire, it might have been a shot. I'm told that it was, in fact, a shot. So my apologies, Claire. That's my bad there. I should never have doubted the power of Claire Hurley. A fantastic hat trick, though. She really was looking for more, too. It could have been more for the Bears. It could have been 4, 5, 6-0. And that went over Wheaton this past Saturday. It was all Bears all afternoon. Bears fans looking for more of the same here this evening. It's a wonderful ball up into the feet of Anna Carlton. Instead, it's with Babson now. Maddie Coylian tracking that one down. Clipped ball forward intended for Caitlin Trott, but only finds the arms of Sarah Schollenberger, who's quick off her line. Let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the visiting Babson Beavers. In frame, it's the freshman. That's number 1, Morgan Fedosewicz. And then in numerical order here, we have number 5, Maria Colon Figueroa. Number 6, Katie Korzek. Number 9, Julia Janikes. Number 11, as we mentioned, Caitlin Trott. Number 13, Scarlett Broderick. Number 14, Morgan Hedrick. Number 15, Molly Roy. Number 16, Maggie McCabe. Number 20, Sydney McLaughlin. This Bears team will know very well. She scored both goals in Babson's 2-0 win over the Bears earlier this season. And rounding out the starting 11 for Babson is number 23, the senior defender, Maya King. Oh, it's actually a decent first touch. You saw the idea there, trying to lay it back to the feet of Katie Korzek. Just off the mark. Well read by the Bears. Well read by Sarah Schollenberger off her line there. Despite being under pressure from Trott. The Bears are going to line up like this. As we mentioned in frame, it's Sarah Schollenberger. The back 4 looking unchanged. At right back, you just saw her winning the ball back right there. Val Hines, number 11. Center back pairing is Kat Retz and Abby McGuire. And that will be a free kick to the Bears. Nice shoulder right into the back of Bree Pierce earns the Bears a free kick. Like we were saying, your center back pairing for the Bears, Kat Retz and Abby McGuire, and at left back, Lizzie Miller, unchanged from that win over Wheaton on Saturday. The only change to the starting lineup appears to be Maddie Coylian, who entered the game on Saturday for Sabrina Robertson, who had picked up an injury. I believe Sabrina is still out. This one to be served by Hines. A great ball in towards the penalty spot. Not quelled. Danger quelled in the end for the Bears. You'll excuse me, that was Claire Hurley on that free kick. In front of that unchanged back 4, the 12, Rachel Simotis, playing her usual defensive holding central midfielder role. A little extra cover for that back 4. make their lives a little easier. And when you have a holding central midfielder that can play and that also wants to just go win the ball back the way that Rachel Simotis does, just makes life so much easier. Easy for Retz to pick that one up, find feet. It's Lizzie Miller now, closed well by number 5, Figueroa. Eddie Coilian here. Lovely idea, but read well by Molly Roy. Here's Hines. Teams exchanging possession in the first couple minutes here. Taking my time with this starting 11 for the Bears. We mentioned Rachel Simotis sitting in front of the back four. In the center of the park, ahead of Rachel, number 4, Lydia Van Winkle, and number 7, Maddie Coilian. Oh, a lovely little touch here. Chance for the Beavers. Save from Schollenberger, not quite cleared yet. Cleared as far as Figueroa. Came off of her arm, we play on. Best chance of the game, it falls to Babson. Well won back by Simotis and cleared by Hurley up towards Pierce. Controlled well by Pierce here. Closed well in the end by Babson. Figueroa controlling well. Babson looking calm under pressure. Taken really well there by Trott. Not an easy one. There was a lot of pace on that. Here's Simotis. Finds Pierce. Pierce closed. And that ball will scoot through to the back four of Babson. Again, in the center of the park, Lydia Van Winkle and Maddie Coilian ahead of Rachel Simotis, and that front three consists of Claire Hurley, Anna Carlton, pressuring the ball right there, and Brielle Pierce. The only change to Saturday's starting 11, Maddie Coilian, again, who came in for the injured Sabrina Robertson in that game and appears to be starting for Sabrina in this one as well. The Bears can breathe a little easy after that close call at the back just now. The first goal, I think, is the real thing to watch for in this one, as it is so often in this game. But the first goal is absolutely crucial tonight based on the statistics. Here you are. Babson are unbeaten this year when they score the first goal. 8 wins and a draw. Bears much the same, 8-1 when scoring first, but are 0-8 this year when conceding first. That first goal could tell you a lot about who will end up winning this game. Of course, statistics really don't mean anything unless you let them mean something. They can be an indication of how teams react to certain situations and how they perform under certain circumstances. That first goal going to be crucial tonight, as it so often is. Calmly done by Hurley. It's Van Winkle now. A nice run wide, creates a little space for Miller to serve. Carlton serving early. That's going to potentially cause some problems, but nothing in the end. Easy enough for Fedosewicz. You can see that layer of fog just above, hovering above the pitch down there. I'll tell you, I was driving up to the field here, and from further away, it was just the field was just shrouded in fog. It was just a cloud of fog hovering above the field, to the point where I couldn't see what was going on. I could see that the field was over here, of course, with the lights on and whatnot, but it was looking like it might be even tough to see the players on the field. Thankfully, not the case. It's actually turned out to be a pretty nice evening here. Chance for Babson. Headed away initially by Miller. Still alive here for Babson. And that one always rising. No problem in the end for the Bears. Nothing but a goal kick. But Babson, I'd say, with the better of the chances in the first 10 or so minutes here. Well, 9 minutes, really. It's an eerie evening here in New London, Connecticut. A night fit for this past Thursday. More appropriate for Halloween. But here we are, the 5th of November. the evening of this quarterfinal draw between Coast Guard Academy Bears and Babson Beavers. That one draws some applause from the crowd. A little bit of skill from Lizzie Miller, though it should be mentioned that Maria Figueroa was right there to receive that. Read that brilliantly. Lovely feet from Carlton, creates some space. Looking up for Pierce. And it will be the Bears that come away with it. Through Claire Hurley. She's going to have a go from distance. Still feeling the momentum, if you will. Feeling good from Saturday. That first half hat trick where Claire struck a few from distance. Actually struck several from distance. Most of which went on frame. Of course, 3 of which went in the back of the net. Especially on a slick evening like tonight. Why not have a go from distance? Here are the Bears. Lovely little touch to evade the tackle. We play on. Ball through for Hurley. Just beyond her. Excuse me, for Carlton. Earns the Bears a corner. It's created a slick surface, a slick playing surface here at the Academy tonight. So that's going to be something to watch for sure. Loose balls. Balls skipping over the head of players. Difficult to deal with, especially those low-driven shots for keepers on a night like tonight. Oh, and that could just be trouble for the Bears. A lovely through ball. Finds the run of Caitlin Trott here. She's going to have a go from distance. Oh, great save. Pushed away by Sarah Schollenberger. Textbook keeping from the Bears goalie. Dove to her right. Pushed it away from danger. Not back out into danger. It's good goalkeeping there from Sarah Schollenberger. And another hit from distance. I will say this fog's starting to intensify here. I don't know if that's to do with the number of people exerting energy out there on the field, warm bodies. But that itself could be a little bit of trouble on these shots from distance for these two keepers tonight. It's also going to create some trouble for me picking out players. You'll have to bear with me tonight. That one from distance, always going wide. Like we're saying, the Bears actually finished the regular season under 500, 8-1-9 on the season, but they were 6-1-3 in NUMAC play. That strong conference record. They got great results against good teams. And that ended up earning them the number 2 seed for this NUMAC tournament. It's a chance for Babson. Real good chance, too, actually, it looks like. Results in a corner. That number 20, Sydney McLaughlin, creating the danger for the Beavers, as she did in the first meeting between these two teams this season. Taken short for Babson. It's a good chance. Cleared away initially. And convincingly in the end, I believe that was Lizzie Miller who got that one away. And just like that, the fog clears. I'm telling you, an eerie atmosphere at the Academy tonight. Lovely turn from Maddie Coylian. And another one. And a great idea looking for the run of Bree Pierce. Just a little beyond her. Read well by that Babson back four. Al Hines going to have her hands full tonight with Sydney McLaughlin. Here is McLaughlin. Going to have a go. Didn't come off her foot right. That's going to scoot out of play for a goal kick. But she is creating problems early for this Bears back four. That number 2 seed is all important too. Of course, you can't get ahead of yourself here. What a bit of confusion there as Sarah Schollenberger had put the ball down, but then decided to play it out of play as we had another ball to play there. We'll retake that one. Couple good results, like we were saying, against really good teams earned the Bears that number 2 seed. They won at Springfield, I should say, 3-0 earlier on this year. And then won at WPI as well, 2-1. Both those teams up towards the top of the conference. And when push came to shove at the end of the year, those tiebreakers, the head-to-head tiebreaker, really made the difference for the Bears. Of course, one of the teams they didn't beat this year was this team. Babson lost 2-0 earlier in October. Back in October, I should say. Of course, you don't want to get ahead of yourselves. You got to deal with the opponent here tonight. But should the Bears come away with a win here tonight, that number 2 seed could prove to be even more even better for the Bears, I guess, lack of a better way to put it, in that the number 1 overall seed, MIT, who also happens to be ranked as the number 5 team in the country right now, the Bears wouldn't see them until the final. Of course, last year they spelled the end of the Bears' season. It was a tough game, tough 1-0 loss. But that is a tough MIT team to have to deal with. And push that off till the final, I think. Can use every little bit of help you can get against a team that good. The atmosphere of a final, I think that's the time you want to play the best teams. Ooh, just run off the ball there. Appeared to be some contact. We play on, of course. Lovely turn. Babson building well. Be Figueroa to serve. A good-looking ball in towards the back post. Meets the head of McLaughlin. But Miller can calmly see that one out of play. You see how that ball just skips off the surface. And if you let it land, it's gonna go. Something to watch for too, especially as a back four if you're playing an offside trap. Right, you got to be careful. With a few speedy players up top, got to be extra careful. And that will be a foul. Well, not a couple, just some hands on the back there. Molly Roy on Brielle Pierce, or Anna Carlton, excuse me. That wins the Bears a free kick. It'll be taken by Lizzie Miller. Towards Maddie Coylian, headed away by Babson, but kept in well by Val Hines. Here's Bree Pierce. Oh, you saw what she was trying to do there. Maybe just clip in Anna Carlton, who will then be whistled for offside. Both these teams finished the season on high notes. 3-game unbeaten streaks. For Babson, those came in the form of a 1-1 draw against Emerson, and then wins 3-1 over Wellesley, and at Mount Holyoke, 5-0. Good way to finish out the regular season, heading into postseason play. Bears much the same. They drew at Emerson, or versus Emerson. I think that was here at the Academy. That was a 0-0 draw, if I'm not mistaken. They also knocked off Clark, went to Clark and won 2-0 for that 3-0 win against Wheaton here at the Academy this past Saturday. think the thing to take away from that is 3 straight clean sheets for Sarah Schollenberger. One again on the second ball by Val Hines. Over feet from Simotis, creating a little space and time to find the pass to Retz, who's looking through for Pierce. But it's Hurley to clean that one up. Oh, it just scoots out from under her foot. One back by Pierce. Really taken well. There's a lot on that. Hurley looking for a little space, maybe to shoot. Instead finding green jerseys. Simotis, no doubt Hurley with a target on her back after her performance all season long, but especially this past Saturday. They're not going to try to let her have too many shots from distance. Oh, a wonderful run from Anna Carlton. Ends up being found just a second, perhaps a second or two too late. Really was a great run off the back shoulder there from Anna Carlton. One out of the air by Van Winkle. Kept in by Pierce. But Roy can keep that one in play. Maintain possession. It's a Babson throw here. Figueroa allowed time to find feet. It's the return pass. Closed well by Miller. Good defending in the end from Miller there. Just runs Figueroa off the ball. Oh, well taken under pressure there, I gotta say. Didn't end up working out for, I believe that was Morgan Hedrick. Or Maggie McCabe, excuse me. A little tough to see the numbers. McLaughlin getting around Hines. The leading scorer for this Babson team. Looking every bit the part. Strong defending from McGuire. Oh, wonderful defending and great help from Van Winkle. Wins the ball back for the Bears. Here is Van Winkle. Time to find the feet of Pierce. That's a lovely ball and a great turn from Pierce. Good feet here, looking quickly up for Hurley. That seems to be the MO for this Bears team tonight. Win the ball back and look to break. Calmly done by Retz. A bit unlucky that one scooted out of play for the Bears. They would have had pretty close to even numbers there. Oh, that one with the head of Hines. Well defended by McGuire. Not easy to get around that Abby McGuire, nor Kat Retz for that matter, or any of this back four. Saw the idea there, intended for Coilian, just off the mark. But one back by Simotis. Like, how many times have we said that this season? Under pressure in the center of the park, Simotis finds feet. That's a wonderful ball threading the needle from Retz. In a difficult area, too. Good build-up play from the Bears. Miller looking long for the run of Van Winkle. And cleared out of play. Wins the Bears a throw. Kylie Ballard will enter the game for the Bears for the first time tonight. She replaces Maddie Coilian. Looking in, slot into that more of like a number 10 role. Creative midfielder. 20 or so minutes remaining of the first 45 here at the Academy. We're still at nils between Babson and the Coast Guard Academy. The New Mac Tournament quarterfinals. I think that'll be a Babson throw. Indeed it will. It took a little nick. You could just hear it on that. It took a nick initially on the clearance. Smartly won back by Lizzie Miller there. Creates a little space and finds feet. Oh, and Lydia Van Winkle just run out of play. It'll provide Babson a chance to make a substitution. It's Maria Figueroa getting a break. And Kate Ryan entering the game for the first time tonight. Smartly won back by Retz. Just enough pressure to force her touch into the feet of Babson player. It's back with the Bears and back with Babson. Teams exchanging possession here in the center of the park. Pierce hounded by Trott and brought down by Trott in the end. Oh, and that will go against Pierce. Boy, I gotta be honest, sir. Both players certainly going at it, but Pierce with possession of the ball, just trying to create a little bit of space there and pull down after she had released the ball. Sure seemed like a foul on Trott from here. No, excuse me, not Trott, that was Molly Roy. Instead, a free kick to Babson. That'll be cleared away by Lizzie Miller. And Claire Hurley looking for the run of Anna Carlton. A brilliant run. And the ball does find Carlton. Bears with options. It's Ballard. And Carlton again. Looking to escape a green jersey. That's Morgan Hedrick. Good defending from her. Ballard looking to serve early. It's should be a corner for the Bears. Indeed it is. So we'll see what the Bears can get going off of this one here. Claire Hurley to stand over this one. Perhaps look to pick out the head of Lizzie Miller, maybe Kat Retz, maybe Abby McGuire. No shortage of options for Hurley. Good ball in towards the keeper. Fedosowicz, excuse me. No problem for Morgan. One of the top keepers in the New Mac. And good distribution, too. Out to Trott, who is, frankly, in acres of space. But Trott's ball intended for Ryan will scoot out of play. Babson finished the season 8-2-8. That's 8 wins, 2 draws, and 8 losses. About as close to 500, I think, as you can get. 4-2-4 in the New Mac. That earned them the tournament's 7 seed. Like we said, they're unbeaten in their last 3 on a nice run of form, as are the Bears. All the ingredients there for the exciting match that we're witnessing right now. In fact, about a half hour gone from this one. Miller serves up the line. That one did actually just stay in play, but a little too tough for Pierce to control in the end. That one will not stay in play. Both teams with close to even goal differentials for the season as well. If you can believe that. Does not feel like this Bears team are a 500 team. They feel much better than that. I think the conference record is a better indicator of the talent possessed by this Bears team. Here's a chance for the Bears now. It's Kylie Ballard. That one's going to fall to Pierce, and she'll look to play in Hurley there, but just too much on that. Might have actually been a shot, in fact. But I think this Bears team feeling confident right now, and rightfully so. Like we were saying, gotten good results against really good teams. A couple of performances this season where they just couldn't find the back of the net. Maybe deserved to win, but didn't get it. And that's the way it goes in this game sometimes. I think they have good reason to be confident heading into the postseason. Chance now for Babson. That one intended for Sydney McLaughlin. I wonder, it was tight for sure, but I just wonder if she had strayed offside. Just a hair. No matter though, just a throw for the Bears. Big coming together in the center of the park. Ball was won. We play on with a throw now for the Bears. Well, one out of the air by McLaughlin, but nothing doing in the end. Rolls out of play calmly. Like we were saying, Claire Hurley's first half hat trick against Wheaton was the difference this past Saturday. The Bears, though, frankly, dominated the whole way. Held a massive shot advantage and had several clear-cut chances in the second half. Just couldn't manage to find the back of the net. But with that in mind, I think easily could have been 4 or 5-0 for a final in that one. Claire's efforts in that one, though, enough to earn her the NUMAC Offensive Player of the Week award. And assuredly, the attention from just about every other team in the league. Samota's going to be whistled for a foul there, and it did look like she just went through the back of the leg of number 6, Katie Korzek. This to be taken by Scarlett Broderick. A serve long and a little too long in the end. Another goal kick for the Bears. Those 3 goals also good enough to push Claire into a tie for the lead in program history. She's tied now for first in program history with 33 career goals. Those 3 goals also gave her the record in career points. 85 career points for Claire. She's atop that list. Also atop the list in assists. I think Coach Grant knew she was onto something special when Claire arrived on campus a few years ago. She first got her out onto the field and saw how quickly she acclimated to the college game. But I don't know if you went back to Claire's 4th class year, if even Coach Grant would have said, boy, we're talking about potentially the greatest player that this program has ever seen. But that's where we're at. Of course, perhaps I'm wrong. Maybe Coach Grant knew all along. It's a chance for Babson here. Defended well by Miller. Did really, really well to stand up Caitlin Trott and just poke that one away. And Carlton comes away with it, looking for the run of Pierce. It's just going to be beyond her, just a little too much. But the right idea from the Bears there, looking to spring, like we were saying, win the ball back, and break. We'll have a quick substitution for the Beavers here. Just trying to check who that was who came off. It was number 7, Addie Lawler, who entered the game, looking to get involved almost immediately, and the Bears fans, anyways, feeling like maybe it should have been a foul on Lawler. Just a little too active with the elbows. Nothing doing, though. I think it was probably just about fair, just about up to the line. It looks like it was Caitlin Trott who's getting a breather right now for Babson. There's possessed. It's Van Winkle looking to serve. First time. Still alive with Van Winkle again. Cleared away, though, in the direction and to the feet of Kate Ryan, excuse me. controlled well by Miller. That second touch just a little heavy, nearly lets her down. Does well to win that 50-50 ball. And Winkle, Pierce, put under pressure and can't find feet. Lawler here, her first real action of the afternoon. Closed well by Simotis. Calmly done by Miller. You just, you're not going to rattle Lizzie Miller. It's really impressive, to be perfectly honest. This entire back four with the ball at their feet, cool as a cucumber. It's such a treat to have players at the back that are confident with the ball at their feet. Too often you find defenders collecting the ball and just panicking and looking to get rid of it as quickly as they can, then losing possession. Just opens things up for a team when their back four want to get involved. That probably will be pulled back for a free kick. Indeed it will. Lizzie Miller just a little late on that challenge. Gives up the free kick. This one again to be taken by Scarlett Broderick, junior out of Middlebury, Connecticut. It's a lovely ball in towards the penalty spot there. One initially by Ryan. Still with Ryan now. Oh, a chance for the Beavers here. It's beyond Schollenberger. Boy, let me tell you that was a very, very tight call. AR on the near side deeming that the Babson player was onside, and you'll forgive me, just a little tough to see the number on that one. I'll get you the goal scorer as quickly as we can here. The play resumes here. We're talking about how crucial the first goal of this game could be for both of these teams, frankly. Both teams with almost impeccable records when they score the first goal. We'll see if that holds true. Bears looking to equalize almost immediately, but poked away, defended well by Roy, and it's with Lawler now. Good recovery from Pierce. Oh, and a good first-time ball into the feet of Molly Roy. Wonderful build-up play from Babson, but well read by Miller. Bears feeling hard done, feeling like the goal scorer for Babson there was just actually offside, but it was a very, very tight call. And neither here nor there in the end. Babson leads 1-0. Well closed by Van Winkle. No time for Korzek to turn there. And Simotis well up. Falls to Miller. See how the Bears respond here. It's got to be sticking to the game plan, right? You can't get in your own head and start to think that you got to do it all on your own. Abandon the game plan, especially not this early, down 1-0. Still 7 minutes left in the first half. Plenty of time here. If you panic and you start to get away from your game plan, that's when things start to turn south. Good turn from Waller, but Van Winkle right there to clean that one up. Clean up that one. My mom would be disappointed in my grammar. Well won back by Retz, and she finds Pierce in a bit of space here. Time for Bree to serve. Can't find an orange jersey. Scoots past Simotis, but right to the feet of McGuire. It was closed quickly by Ryan. This is good build-up play from Babson. Silenced the crowd. That's how good that build-up play was. It's McLaughlin on the far touch. cutting inside, onto her right foot. Using her left, though. Here's McLaughlin. Oh, big challenge there. 50-50 won by Miller strongly. Leaves McLaughlin on the ground. And if anything, it could have been a foul on McLaughlin. You heard the contact. Miller was there first, and McLaughlin just a split second, perfectly fair, but just a half second too late. And though it was no intent, of course. If anything, I think it would have gone against Babson. This is wonderful build-up play on the far touch by Anna Carlton. The cross read and cleared. That one falls to Hines. She's closed by McLaughlin from behind. Just pokes that one away. An early service here. That one's towards Claire Hurley. Actually falls over the head of Bree Pierce, who will be able to track that one down, keep it alive. Still with Pierce. Van Winkle now. Calmly done. And Pierce going to serve. That one off its mark. Hines going to collect for the Bears. Play wide. It's a lovely idea out to Carlton. Just looking to get around her Babson defender there and earns the free kick, rightfully so. Was held up there after she had poked the ball away. Was Anna Carlton. She does so well with that. Just uses her body to create the space that she needs to maintain possession, give herself a little time, and find feet. Plays beyond her years, I would say. So maybe, let's see, 25, 30, closer to 30 yards, I'd say, a little off-center here. But a chance nonetheless for Claire Hurley to maybe put this one on frame. Don't be surprised if she does. Ooh, and always going wide in the end. And out of play with just under 4 minutes remaining of the first 45 here at the Academy. Score still 1-0 in favor of Babson. It's number 19, Morgan Krause, entering the game for the Beavers at the expense of number 20, Sydney McLaughlin, who's looked bright since the start of this one. Looked a real danger. And confirmation that Babson goal scored by number 6, Caitlin Korzek. Well, a lot of contact on that one, going unpunished. And that one too, frankly. In the end, just a goal kick for Babson. Like we were saying, Caitlin Korzek registering the opening goal for Babson. A tight finish, a tidy finish. Playing through the whistle. Whistle never came, despite the calls from the Bears for offside. One of those ones you just got to play on. Korzek, well held under pressure, calmly done. Very, very confident at the back by Babson. Believe in themselves to be able to play out of the back. And that, frankly, is maybe the key to being able to play out of the back. Of course, you have to have the skill, the talent in order to be able to do that, but believing in yourselves is part of the deal, man. You got to be able to know that you can get out of pressure at the back. Well won back by Babson. It's Kate Ryan possessing here and looking to spring the run of Addie Lawler, but cut out well by Miller. Then wins the Bears a goal kick. It's good work from Lawler to keep that one pinned in. And you'll excuse me, I've been saying Lawler, it's Layler.
One minute remaining in the first half.
It's creative from the crowd here tonight. Just before the call for 1 minute remaining. How much time is left in unison? And then the call, 1 minute remaining. Oh, and that will be a corner for the Bears. One last chance before the end of the first half to maybe equalize this one. That would be a huge boost for the Bears going into halftime even. Kat Retz sprinting forward. We'll see what the Bears can do. It's a good ball in. Still alive here. Still alive here. Somehow not finding the back of the net. We'll see if they stop the clock. It's another corner for the Bears with 10 seconds
10,
left.
9, 8, 7.
Got to get a service off.
5.
Got to get a service
4,
off here.
3.
Towards the near
2,
post. And
1.
cleared away. The first half of action between Babson and the Coast Guard Academy will end with Babson holding a 1-0 lead. An exciting first 45 minutes. But frankly, we should expect nothing less from two teams that are in form and looking to keep their seasons alive. We'll check on the stats. I'll give you some action from around Europe today. You had some Champions League and some really exciting Champions League matches, in fact. And of course, we'll get you second half action here in this new MAC quarterfinal fixture. MAC quarterfinal draw between the Babson Beavers and Coast Guard Academy Bears.
I was looking for a college that I knew I'd be able to play at comfortably and that I would have a personal experience within the classroom.
I was looking for somewhere where I could get a top-notch business degree, and also there was a really small, close-knit community, as well as a soccer program that was going to be fun and competitive.
A general philosophy at Babson is a learn-by-doing approach, and you really get that with the class of FME or freshman years.
The FME experience at Babson really incorporates you right into the business world and makes you comfortable with everything that you're going to learn for the rest of your 3 years here.
Our students actually come up with and start their own businesses and donate their profits to charities and really have a hands-on experience in an environment that's structured like an actual business.
You really get that one-on-one contact with the professor that I don't think you would necessarily get at a bigger school.
The professors here are extremely experienced in their field. They've all been in the industry they're working in for so long.
Right from day one, they're engaged with coaches, academic deans, and in the classroom with such a small faculty-student ratio, they're able to have a really customized and personal experience that really allow them to dive into their work and their study and get a lot out of it on the other end.
There's a lot of group projects and teamwork in Babson in the classroom, and you learn how to meet outside of the classroom and how to manage your time, which is something that's going to be really key for the real world.
We're lucky to come here and get the diversity of a huge university.
I think at heart we're all entrepreneurs, so we're all problem solvers. We all want to make the world a better place, and I think that makes it a really inspiring place to be.
The women's soccer program is really fun. Everyone is super high energy, and we're always itching to get on the field whenever we can.
The program itself fosters passion, working hard, being a good teammate, loyalty, respect, all in one, and it really is a family, close-knit community.
Our alumni are very ingrained in our program. They are what our program is today.
Our coaches do a really good job at making sure that there's a balance between hard work and commitment and also having fun every time you step on the field.
That everybody on our team is seen as a leader. From the youngest freshman to the most experienced senior, everybody has that leadership role on the team and everybody's expected to take that accountability.
Nellie's always good to make sure that practice is still fun while being competitive.
The cornerstone of our program is about team effort and being a good teammate, and so many, if not all, of the things that we do focus on that.
As a student athlete, coaches have been the most influential role models for me. I knew that I eventually wanted to be that for someone else. So coming back to my alma mater as an alum and having the ability to coach was a pretty easy decision.
Babson College is a tremendous place to be able to pursue academic passions, to be able to succeed on the field, to be able to create relationships that are going to last a lifetime.
Crowd doing all they can to build up the Bears here before the opening whistle. An awkward one for Hines. Falls to McLaughlin, and she's happy to just take players on. But well won back by Val Hines. A great recovery from the Bears right back. Oh, and that one came off the head of Retz. It's just going to scoot through to Figueroa on the far side. She's got a few options. Gets past Lizzie Miller. Actually, a lovely bit of skill. And then brought down from behind. Referee waves it off. Boy, another talking point there. Could that have been a penalty? It was a close one. Here is Figueroa again. Defended by Miller. Miller, who's largely, I wouldn't say had her way, but remained resolute. Hasn't given much of anything on the Bears' left side. It's a great ball in. Still alive here. And just makes its way over the end line. Evidently off of Abby McGuire at last and out for a Beavers corner. Be taken by Scarlett Broderick, an in-swinger. Towards the back post. Oh my goodness, off the far post. Somehow stays out. My goodness, it came off the far post. That one bent, it wrapped all the way around. Came off the far post, off the head of Lydia Van Winkle, and stayed out of the Bears' goal. Ooh, nervy moments to start the second half here, as Sydney McLaughlin works her way in to the Bears' penalty area. And actually, I think that was more of a cross than anything else, but that one nearly tucked its way into that far side netting. Nervy moments, to say the least, for the Bears at the back to start the second 45. Not the start to the second half they were looking for. McLaughlin, good bit of skill there to maintain possession, but bit of a loose pass. Comes to nothing, though, for the Bears, at least initially. It is with the Bears, though, with Pierce. Lovely 1-2 with Carlton. Pierce with time to serve, looking for Hurley, just behind her, and cleared away. It's Figueroa that comes away with it, looking up for Trott. Only finding Sarah Schollenberger off her line to clear that one away. Lovely first touch from Anna Carlton. And a wonderful turn. Some time to serve. Looking for Hurley. It's cut out well in the end there. And lofted forward by McGuire. Actually could be trouble for the Beavers. A couple Bears players looking to come away with it here. And it actually had come off Bree Pierce last. I think it might have just scooted out for a goal kick in the end. Had Fedosowicz not come off her line to corral that one. Well, one back by Simotis. I don't think after playing against Rachel Simotis that you would believe that she is just 5 feet tall. She certainly plays bigger than her size. Not easy to run off the ball. This is good from Babson. Good build-up play, and just read well by Hines. Comes away with it and looks for Carlton. Ooh, McLaughlin coming away with that one. A good battle there between she and Hines. It's Hines that comes away with it, but her pass off the mark for Hurley. Oh, Hines gets a foot to that one, but it actually takes it into the path of, forgive me, Maggie McCabe, that is. Shot from distance, right at Schollenberger, no problem in the end. But worth mentioning again there, that skip. You saw how quickly that thing just took off when it hit the ground. Something to watch for. I think something to take advantage of if you're a part of this Bears front three. Or this Bears midfield, not for nothing. Oh, and a good turn from Carleton. Just uses her body to create some space. Time to serve towards her, towards Pierce, excuse me. But out of play in the end. Out for a corner. So we'll see what the Bears aim to do here. Been pretty consistently good service from Claire Hurley on these corner kicks. Right into the danger area. That one, though. Ooh, a chance! Did it scoot over the line? It did! It's 1-1! Just like that. The Bears right back in this one. We'll have to check to see who that one came off of last. It was an awkward one. It just snuck over the hands of the keeper, Morgan Fedosowicz. I think she's feeling a little hard done. I'm not entirely sure what the issue was there. Perhaps she's just disappointed in herself. Not sure if she was fouled or feeling like she was fouled. Certainly having words with the center official there. It fell to a Bears player at the back post and then looked to maybe even ricochet off another Bears player before finding the back of the net. It was an awkward one. But a goal, nonetheless. A goal is a goal is a goal, as they say, right? And any goal is a good goal. Certainly if you're a Bears fan, you're not complaining. It's 1-1. Gorzek, the goal scorer for Babson, coming away with that one. Finding McCabe, who's looking for McLaughlin. But that through ball just a little too strong, a little too heavy. Good idea, though. Several nice passages of play from Babson this afternoon. Really looked to put the ball down on the floor and play, which is admirable. I just got to respect a team like that. Bit of space now for Pierce, though, to run into. Cuts onto her left foot. Looking to slot through Carleton. I don't think she realized that Carleton was even a little further behind play there. Might have just been a chance for Bree to have a shot. Instead, a throw to Babson on the far touch. I'm going to be allowed to just find its way over the end line and out of play. Strong defending from Scarlett Broderick in the end. I'll tell you, a good response for the Bears. Finding the back of the net there, doing anything they can. I mentioned in the first half how the first goal of the game was so crucial. Both these teams with nearly impeccable records when they find the back of the net first. Babson unbeaten and the Bears 8-1 on the season when they scored the opening goal. But on the flip side, the Bears also 0-8 winless this season when they concede first. So should they come away with a win here today, it would be the first time this season that they've conceded and found a way back into the game and managed to get the 3 points. Boy, what a time it would be to do that. Couldn't have asked, in fact, for a better time. Going to require a little bit better care of the ball, though, than was shown right there. It's back with Babson. And now back with the Bears. Intercepted by Simotis. Just calmly done. Never shaken in the center of the park. Carlton, calmly done as well. Finds the feet of Pierce. And Pierce looking for Hurley, who's got a ton of space on the far side. A difficult one to deal with. It just scoots beyond Claire. Could have been a real chance for the Bears. And she knew it. Unlucky. Not a lot you can do in that situation, though. I think you just kind of got to throw your body in front of the ball there and hope for the best. It's the kind of night where the ball almost seems to pick up speed when it hits the, when it hits the ground. Well defended by Val Hines. It's been a real battle between Sydney McLaughlin and Val Hines, now on the near touchline. A battle that I think we haven't seen the end of just yet. It's a wonderful clearance. Actually falls brilliantly to Claire Hurley, who's looking to spring on a Carlton. It's a great ball across the field. Here is Carlton. Lovely touch back onto her right foot. Right into the arms of Fedosowicz. A fantastic chance for the Bears. I can almost confirm that we haven't seen the end of this battle between McLaughlin and Hines. Just a transition here. Notice McLaughlin calling for the ball immediately. As soon as Fedosowicz got her hands on that one. Calling for the ball. She's the Beavers' leading scorer, 5 goals on the year, 2 of which came against the Bears in this tie earlier this season, in this fixture. It's a wonderful bit of skill there from Caitlin Korzek, the goal scorer for Babson. Finds the feet of McLaughlin, who cuts onto her right foot, but that one always going wide. Actually, thought it was always going wide. Sarah Schollenberger came out, collected that one. That one really looked like it was just going to sail out of play. A cheeky first touch from Lydia Van Winkle. Unfortunately for her, only finds the feet of a Babson player. But here's Abby McGuire looking to serve long. Finds Bree Pierce. Good header into the path of Anna Carlton, who's got some space to operate. Finds the feet of Pierce. The turn read well. Ooh, but just poked away from Rachel Simotis. Bears feeling like it should have been a foul, but that sure looked as clean a tackle as you could have asked for from here. A strong challenge nonetheless. A physical one, but a fair one. Oh, a little contact there. McLaughlin. Headed away by Hines, and that one came off of number 9, Julia Janikis. Simotis running through the ball and maintaining possession for the Bears. Bears feeling like they should have a free kick on the handball. We play on. McGuire square for Retz. Retz taking her space, finding Miller. Confident play from the Bears, and it starts with this back 4. Won by Pierce, who's looking to spring Carlton. It's a lovely ball through. Just enough on it so that Carlton will be able to keep it in play. Still with Carlton, and she earns the Bears a corner. Bears looking to make it 2 for 2 on corner kicks in the second half. Maybe 2 for 3? Forgive me if I'm wrong on that one. My point being, the last corner led to the Bears' goal. See if they can replicate that magic here. And again, don't be surprised if Claire decides to try and wrap this one in the far side netting. Instead going for the far post. Finds the head of Lizzie Miller. Oh, just wide. Remains even at 1. Crowd really getting into this one. Bears with a real nice swath of fans here tonight. They really turned up well for this girls team. Showing out well. And trying to make the difference for the Bears in the second half too. Trying to propel their team to a come-from-behind victory, or what would be a come-from-behind victory, as that one scoots out of play for a goal kick. We're mentioning in the first half, both these teams with even or near even goal differentials on the season. Coming into this one, the Bears allowed 30 goals on the season, though it does not feel that way, and scored 30. Of course, an even goal difference. Led by Claire Hurley, who scored her 8th, 9th, and 10th goals of the season this past weekend at Wheaton. Looking to find her 11th of the season here tonight. That would put her in sole possession of first place in the Bears' all-time program lead. Forgive me, a little distracted by the play there. Well off her line with Sarah Schuldenberger. Like I'm saying, should Claire Hurley score here tonight, or should the Bears continue playing later on down the line, that would put her in sole possession of first place on the Bears' all-time goals list. 10 on the season to go with 5 assists. 25 points this year. Lovely work from Carlton. So calm on the ball. Time to serve. It's a good ball. Looking for Van Winkle. Falls to Miller. Time to take a touch and shoot from distance. Seen comfortably over the bar by Morgan Fedosowicz. Freshman keeper out of Ottawa. Quickly establishing herself as one of the top keepers in the NUMAC. She's currently second in the NUMAC in saves and also in save percentage. She sports a 1.20 goals against average. Off McLaughlin, controlled by Korzek, but won back by Coylan. And a heavy first touch from Hurley. Sees her dispossessed, but Anna Carlton right there to clean that one up. Simotis held up. Actually a bit of contact there, but not innocuous enough, or I guess innocuous enough to not warrant a free kick. And that, no doubt about that one. A free kick for the Bears. Maggie McCabe a little overzealous on the challenge, right through the back of Rachel Simotis. $19 gone of the second 45. Time winding down here. We're at ones. Even at ones between the Babson Beavers and Coast Guard Academy Bears. Strongly won by Lizzie Miller. Steps forward. Wins that one off the bounce. It'll be a substitution for Babson here. Kate Ryan returning to the game. Sydney McLaughlin going to get a breather. Worth noting, too, Kate Ryan, her entry to the game in the first half marked, I think, a change in play for Babson. They seemed a little quicker, a little more likely to score, and like they had a little more physical of a presence up top, too. Be interesting to see if the same holds true here in the second 45. How the next 25 minutes or so develop. Just enough on that one to take it over the line and out for a goal kick. Oh, a little miscommunication there for the Bears. Allows Kate Ryan to get on the end of that one. Actually, wonder if she might have... She came from pretty deep to win that one. That's great defending from Val Hines, just shielding the pressure of Maria Figueroa and finding the feet of Abby McGuire. And again from Val Hines. Strong work there. Finds the feet of Hurley. His first touch takes her into space. Just two orange jerseys there coming together. It was a little heavy. Probably would have scooted out of play regardless. Into the stomach of Kate Ryan. She controls it well, finds feet. And now a chance to serve. There's no one to get on the end of it, aside from Sarah Schollenberger. McCabe hounded in the midfield by Korzek, or rather by Van Winkle, and then by Simotis. Janikis wins a throw for the Beavers. Still with the Beavers in a dangerous spot. Boy, a big challenge there from McCabe. After Simotis had gotten the ball away, it goes unpunished. I've seen a couple of those tonight. Just doesn't... Referee allowing them to play on, which, you know what, I kind of appreciate. Too often is the play disrupted. That one cleared away as far as Caitlin Korzek. Morgan Hedrick looking up the field there. And that'll be a free kick for the Bears. Bears fans sarcastically applauding the center official, feeling like, well, maybe they should have had one or two free kicks a little before just now. But I actually think this center official has managed what's been a pretty tense affair from the get-go. I think he's done a pretty good job. Not easy. One of the more difficult jobs out there, in fact. Even at the youth levels now. I mean, you just, as a center official, you got to know going into it. Regardless of how well you do, you're going to get some flack from the fans, from the coaches, from the players. It's a thankless job. Kept in. Oh, nearly kept in by Carlton. Just makes its way over the touch and out of play. Janicki's throw, one out of the air by Hines, who took a little knock there in the air. We play on. Simotis closed well, but then closes well. Deflected off of her and into the path of Claire Hurley. It's a wonderful first-time ball out towards Maria Figueroa, whose first touch only finds the feet of Val Hines. Calmly done by Van Winkle. It's Carlton now. Back to Van Winkle. Ooh. Thought the pass wasn't intended for her, but stays with the Bears nonetheless. Good first touch into space from McGuire. That pass lets her down, but well won back by Maddie Coylian. Here is Maddie. Look at the 1-2, just a little beyond Maddie's feet there. Good juke to create some space from Figueroa. And it's with Ryan now. A wonderful first touch into the path of McCabe. Looking to spring the run of, I believe that's Addie Layler on the far side. Actually just spilled by Sarah Schollenberger. It's out for a Beavers throw. Forgive me, just a bit tough to see who that is on that far side. Also should be noted that the Bears have yet to use make any substitutions this game. Coach Grant putting her faith in the 11 she selected to start this one. Actually, that's not true. Forgive me. Kylie Ballard did make an appearance off the bench in the first half. Well, actually, wonder if we'll see her in this second 45. Perhaps here in the last 15, 20 minutes. This one with Ryan. Looking to get around Retz. Closed well and pushed out of play by Kat. Oh, a chance for Babson here. Right at Schollenberger. Spilled though, still alive here. And it's 2-1 in favor of Babson. Goodness gracious me. A tough one to handle. Just drilled right at Sarah. And on a slick night like tonight, you can't ask, it's a lot to ask of your keeper to hold on to a shot like that. Got to be there following up the runners, right? But it was green jerseys that hopped on the rebound. And just like that, it's 2-1 Babson. Bears yet again with work to do if they want their season to continue. Header from Val Hines finds Maddie Coylian, looking to get around a couple Babson players, does so really well, and manages to keep that one in play too. The should mention the Coast Guard goal awarded to Abby McGuire. Bounced around there, deflected off. I think deflected off Abby and in. Good defending in the air from Babson. Maya King happy to let that one run out of play. And that second goal of the game scored again by Caitlin Korzek. Pick up the rebound and buried that. Her second of the game. Babson's second of the game. Pushes them back into the lead. Referee urging Fedosowicz to hurry up here, but this, again, I've said it all season long, and I'll continue to say it until it gets changed. My issue with counting down. You don't give the official the chance to add time on at the end of the game. He has to stop the clock, and it's up to every official to decide how they want to stop the clock. Could he have stopped the clock at the end of the first half when the Bears got a second corner with 10 seconds left to play and given them a chance to actually have a real chance? Sure, he could have, but he didn't. Some officials might have. Some officials may not have. Could the official have stopped the clock right there to prevent any time wasting? Sure, but he didn't. And a continuous clock that counts up to 90 affords the center official to add on time at the end of the game to appropriately account for any stoppages in play. Seems like in America we just want our cake and eat it too. We want to count down to 0 and get that gratifying or satisfying buzzer at the end of the game, but we also want to have a continuous clock. You can't have both. Just makes no sense to me. And it really does affect the game at times. Coylian just poked away from her, but it falls to Van Winkle. Closed well by Hedrick. It's with Retz now, driving forward. A wonderful run from the center back. Time to shoot for Kat here, just wide of that far right post. Seen the whole way by Fedosowicz. Fedosowicz taking a little time off the clock. Going to switch the side from which she'll take this goal kick. Bit of gamesmanship. That should be a Bears throw. Indeed it is. Be taken quickly. The Bears look to take it quickly. Center official bringing that one back, but boy, that scooted out of play. A good 4 or 5 yards ahead of where this throw is being taken. It's another thing that I take issue with, but neither here nor there. We play on. It's Lizzie Miller looking to get around her defender and serve. Does so. Falls to Hurley. Keeps it in, looks to keep it in play, but just came off of her foot wrong. We're down to 15 minutes of play remaining for the Bears to find an equalizer and keep their season alive here. As Sydney McLaughlin re-enters for Babson. This at the expense of Caitlin Trott, the freshman forward out of Northampton, New Hampshire. Oh, lovely first touch from Lizzie Miller. It's a wonderful Cruyff and a fantastic through ball, perfectly weighted. We'll see if the Bears can make anything of this here. It's a good service, a good driven ball in, and retained well, recovered well by Miller. Rhett's going to serve early. Comes to nothing. Picked up by Korzek and cleared by Korzek. It's a great clearance towards Kate Ryan. But one back by Rhetz again. And flicked on. Ooh, flicked on by Hurley. Carlton was a tight one. I think she would have been onside, but just a little much on the flick. Oh, and that will be a free kick against the Bears. That one going against Simotis. Bears fans don't like it, but boy, you could hear that one from here. That was boots, studs on shin pads. Serve towards Schollenberger, but seen out of play by the Bears keeper. And that a free kick for the Bears. Taken long by Lizzie Miller and flicked on, but only into the hands of Fedosewicz. See if the Bears decide to try and tweak anything here, because the long balls and looking to flick on long balls for runners just doesn't seem to be doing the trick for the Bears right now. At any rate, here's Kate Ryan. Bit of space to assess her options. Cuts back onto her right foot. Finds Korzek, the goal scorer. She's bagged a brace this afternoon. This evening, really is a better way to put it. Smartly seen out of play by Janikis. Poked away well. But still with Ryan. She's doing ever so well to hold on to possession there. Well defended in the end from Val Hines. Tough one to clear away, but Retz did really well. Here's Carlton holding possession, finding the feet of Hines. It's a Bears throw. Well, one back by Korzek. Good battle between Simotis and she in the center of the park. That ball into the feet of Carlton. And a bit perhaps a bit fortunate there. Janikis feels hard done. That first touch just came off of Anna Carlton's feet. And was a bit heavy, and it looked like she just got a little tangled up there and ended up on the ground. It's a free kick to the Bears, though, nonetheless. It's taken by Abby McGuire. It's towards that penalty spot. It's actually a fantastic ball. Scoots over the head of Pierce. Read well and collected well by Fedosowicz. Somehow, Kate Ryan is just alone. Acres of space in the center of the park with 4 orange jerseys around her. Boy, if you're Coach Grant, you got to be screaming. Hey, how does she get that open? She's alone number 9 up top. Allowed to take that one out of the air, control, and then in the end win a free kick. It's a wonderful ball sprayed wide from Maria Figueroa, who collects. Squares up with Val Hines, cuts onto her right. Quick feet from Figueroa, but defended well in the end by Hines. We're under 10 minutes to play here at the Academy. A lot of contact there. We play on. Still a lot of contact. Referee will stop play, and I guess that will go against Babson. It's a tough situation to be in as an official, to be perfectly honest. Lovely idea there. Ooh, that's going to fall to Babson here. And out for a corner. Well done by Figueroa. Looked to serve early. And the touch from Retz just took it into the path of McLaughlin. Actually, it might have been off the foot of Abby McGuire. Babson in no rush. Understandably. 2-1 lead with 9 minutes remaining. A lot of contact there in the box. Babson feeling like they should have had a penalty there, as that may have just bounced off the arm of one of the Bears players. It did look like it from here. Incidental contact nonetheless. But I'll say it also appeared to be a foul. It appeared that Rachel Simotis was barreled into, and she went up to win that corner in the air. So we'll call it even and play on. Another throw for the Bears here. Taken long, sent down the line by Maddie Coilian. Should this result hold her final game here at the Academy, and well, she's say it's been a good one. She looks sharp. Bears not done yet, though. Oh boy, Bears driving forward through Claire Hurley. Sure seemed to have forward advantage there, but pulled back for a free kick. Maybe the official seeing that Claire was driving into 3 or 4 green jerseys and feeling like really there was no forward advantage. So this one will be taken by Abby McGuire. Sent in towards that penalty spot yet again. A good looking free kick. Oh, it's still alive here! The officials, the AR on the near touch has his flag up for offside. I don't know how that possibly could have been offside. We'll have to go back and watch the tape here at the end of the day should this result hold, because that could just be a heartbreaker. A few Bears players were first to react to the rebound, that's for sure. But that does not mean that they were offside. It's a tough call at times, and the AR on the near touch really hearing it. Benefit of the doubt, too, in fairness. Certainly had the best position on the field there. Another chance for the Bears comes to nothing. Fedosowicz quick off her line and slow to her feet. controversial moments here at the Academy. Head in hands moments for all Bears fans. Hands on head, I should say. Head in hands, I think, indicates despair. Shock, surprise, as the goal pulled back. Picked up in the center of the park by the goal scorer, Korzek. And then cleaned up by Janikis. She's got Figueroa wide. That pass cut out by Coilian. Read really well by Maddie. And kept in this Babson half. That should be another Bears throw. Oh, maybe just took a touch off of Pierce last. Appeared to come off the foot of Figueroa. Instead of Babson throw, Janikis elects to go back to Broderick there. Clearance out for a goal kick. You can feel the urgency. Bears perfectly happy to help the Babson players out and help get that ball back in play as quickly as possible. Down under 5 minutes remaining. Crunch time for the Bears. Ball taken down by Korzek. Hedrick loses out to Coilian. Simotis, excuse me. Lovely feet from Figueroa. Just runs out of space in the end. Tension mounting. As if that was possible. It's been a tense affair since the get-go. From the get-go. Whatever the saying. It's so tense. My grasp of the English language is going out the door. And a stoppage in play now, I guess, as time winds down. See, this is what I'm getting at. It's arbitrary. Where it's up to the official as to whether when they want to stop the clock. And that's just got to change. That kind of thing goes away if you do a continuous clock. Then the official can add on time at the end of the game. Nonetheless, a chance for Babson here through Maria Figueroa. Closed well by Abby McGuire, but Figueroa gets round her. A chance to serve. Falls to Ryan. Should have done better there. Pushes it high and wide. And the score remains 2-1. That was a chance, a real chance for Babson to ice this one. Oh, brilliantly taken by Rachel Simotis in traffic. A tight turn and finds the feet of Lizzie Miller. Excuse me, Kat Retz. That through ball intended for Hurley. Fedusewicz reading the situation really well. Quick off her line. Fedusewicz playing quickly up. Oh, two Bears players coming together there, and it actually bounces past both of them and to the feet of Kate Ryan. Here's Coilian. Bit of space to operate here. Quick 1-2 just beyond Maddie. But that one falls to Anna Carlton. See what she can do here. Gonna have a shot from distance. Oh, pushed wide. Ended up being more troublesome for Fedusewicz than I think initially we expected. Came, I guess, through a sea of legs there. And seen at the last moment by Fedusewicz, she pushes that one wide. A brilliant, brilliant save from the Babson keeper. And now an injured player here just outside the Babson 18. We'll have a brief stoppage in play. Stoppage in play here as I believe that's number 15, Molly Roy, receiving some treatment.
In one.
And the crowd erupts as we get the announcement that the women's volleyball team was victorious in their new MAC tournament matchup against Wheaton. Came away with a 3-1 victory. Big congratulations to them. Bears women's soccer team looking to replicate that success, as we've got a number of cadets down in front of us here. Really a sizable crowd here at the Academy tonight. And a nice hand for Molly Roy as she is helped off the field. Just hope that she'll be all right. I'll try to get you the name of the player who replaced her. It looks like it's number 7, Addie Layler, who will replace the injured Molly Roy. And we are ready to resume here. It'll be a corner to the Bears. Claire Hurley ready to serve. Here is that service towards the back post. Finds Anna Carlton. Just a bit of a heavy first touch allows Babson to clear their lines here. And they could be in trouble. The counterattack could be on if they act quickly. It's a nice ball into the path of the streaking Layler. Looking to push that one beyond the Bears' back four and just run onto it. We'll see if they can see this one out of play. Retz does well to do just that. And now 2 minutes remaining of the 90. Still time, of course, for the Bears to find that equalizer. But it will be a free kick against Babson. And a yellow card. To be honest, I've never, in all my time, in all my days, I can't say that I've seen a yellow card given for just going over the back like that. It issued to Maggie McCabe. Just went over the back of, I believe that was Lydia Van Winkle. Just a couple minutes left for the Bears to find maybe one last chance at an equalizer. Instead, it's a chance for Babson to ice it here. Trouble now for the Bears. Falls to Sydney McLaughlin. Can she find the back of the net? Only finds the hands of Sarah Schollenberger, who palms that one wide with 1:45 remaining. We've seen stoppage in play or stoppage of the clock for less than this, I gotta say. But the clock continues to roll here. We're down to 1:30 remaining. Clock continues to roll here. Gotta be honest, I don't know what the exact rule is regarding clock stoppages, but we saw it stopped immediately on a goal kick not 10 minutes ago. Clock allowed to continue. We're down to 1 minute left for the Bears to find the equalizer and keep their season alive.
The game.
That just taking a little air out of the crowd at, frankly, just the wrong time. Bears need everything from this crowd right now. Every bit of energy they can muster. Babson perfectly happy to see this one out. That'll be offside. The clock allowed to continue. We're down to 30 seconds. The clock allowed to continue rolling here. It'll be taken quickly by Retz. Scoots its way through to Layler. She'll play forward into the feet, the chest, into the arm, in fact, of Kate Ryan. 10 seconds left.
9,
Last licks
8,
for the Bears.
7,
Played forward to
6,
Simotis.
5, 4,
Closed well,
3,
sent forward,
2.
and that will spell the end of this Bears season. Babson, the first 7 seed to reach the new MAC semifinals since Wellesley back in 2007, and an early exit for this Bears team. An unfortunate one. They finished the season at 8-1-10, and if you count this one in new MAC play, 6-1-4 in conference play. But a season on which I think the Bears can hang their hats and be proud. It was a season that started not as well as they had hoped, In fact, with 4 straight losses, despite solid performances, I think, in those matches, they really turned things around and earned the number 2 seed in this new MAC tournament. Couldn't get the job done here tonight against a really difficult Babson side. They fall 2-1, and that spells the end of their season. Congratulations, however, to this Babson Beavers team, who will go on to face the winner. Well, you'll forgive me. I don't have that information in hand here. Face the winner of the number 3 seeded game, which is WPI and Wheaton. That one going on right now as well. Well, and this Babson team will take on again the winner of that one.